My name is Jorge Ruelas. I'm a stock worker with the Los Angeles Unified. I've been working with the district since 2008 in the warehouse, providing meals for the kids, supplies for the kids, as well as furniture. I've been a member with Local 99 for about 10 years now, and some of the workplace conditions, both safety as well as the way me and my fellow coworkers were being treated, is the reason why I joined Local 99 and why I've become an active member. So being a leader, you have to think about others and put yourself in the shoes of these other people that you may not know what their job is, but you, through conversations, through actions with various members, like a janitor or another stock worker or a forklift operator, and see what they go through to try to help them out and help out the work environment. We were out there since 5 a.m. In the rain, in the wind, and it was the environment made it easy for anyone that didn't want to participate to not participate. But it was a thing of beauty watching hundreds of bus drivers, the mechanics that are there, as well as my coworkers that work in the same facility as I do. And it just gave me hope that, you know what, we can do this, we can win. I was one of the first people there. It was anxiety. It was, I hope somebody shows up, because it was raining, it was windy, miserable conditions. That whole week it rained, but that one day that I was there, it was anxiety. Are enough people going to show up? Are they going to want to walk, hold the signs? Just, are they going to be there? Are they going to show up? And we did. So as you know, one more person showed up. It gave me a little bit of hope. As 5 more people showed up, it was like, okay, this is good. We still need more people. And then suddenly groups of 10s and 20s showed up, and we were there. We were showing through our actions that we could win. There were 2 options. You could either show up to work and probably stay in a sheltered room with heating and pay, or you could just show up outside ready to protest without pay in miserable conditions. So those were our options. Once people saw, as leading up to these actions, there was momentum being gained. So a lot of them wanted to try this experiment, wanted to see, hey, are we going to win? Can we do this? And we did. We had been bargaining for months and months. It was those weekly updates, those monthly updates of where we're at. We're bargaining, what the district is refusing. Just that leading up to it, it was those daily and weekly meetings. So leading up to this strike, our actions and our work wasn't really appreciated by the district, and the raises that we got reflected that. The work conditions that we work in reflected that. Some of the tools and equipment that were run down reflected what the district thought of us, and those conditions are what led to this. So for years and years, we had a forklift at our facility that would rattle at about 90 to 100 decibels, a clanking sound that would just not get replaced. It was diesel, so you would constantly breathe those, whatever the exhaust is. That's one example. We also, some of our truck drivers would also use older equipment to strap down and secure loads onto their trucks, caused an accident. One of my coworkers lost an eye a few years back because of the use of that equipment. So things like that, serious things. The only meeting rally that I was able to attend was in front of Beaudry. That was because I'm on the bargaining team, and we were behind the scenes at City Hall negotiating with the district. Superintendent Carvalho was with his people, and one wing of City Hall. We were in another, and then Mayor Bass was, in her office. So leading up to that rally, we were doing negotiations. So we got there late, so my access to being there center stage was limited. However, I did get to meet, and I saw some of my family members, some of my other coworkers there, and it was a feeling of accomplishment. It was, we did this. When I saw so many people at my work site willing to give up either both their wages and their comfort, that's what led me to believe we were going to win. So many people committed to our cause. So I was in City Hall. I was in the room we had been negotiating for the previous 4 or 5 days. It was late. It was probably like 9 or 10 o'clock when we heard the news. A deal had been signed off on, agreed upon, and it was a great feeling. It was exhausted. We were there since I want to say we were there since at City Hall at 8 a.m., but we're doing other stuff prior to that. So it was a long day. The previous days were 12, 14-hour days as well, and just the mental and emotional drain. But it was worth it. We did it. So just during those negotiating sessions, I think that the labor relations team, Carvalho's team, as well as some of the mediators that were there, just didn't understand some of the work conditions at our sites and some of the difficulty in performing our tasks, given either what we had with the equipment we had, or in the case of people like childcare, the special ed people, as far as a lot of the restrictions they have, the rules they have to follow, and the lack of staff they had. So that's what we fought for. We fought for improving work conditions as well as the financial. But when you're trying to so there were a lot of stories that I was hearing within the negotiatings, just the difficulties that the custodians had with keeping the places clean, given the lack of staff. Some of the stories were about how the mechanics need, or the bus drivers need this done to their buses to safely transport students to classrooms. So it was a story of all our challenges, and repeatedly hearing the district say, no, you don't need that, or no, this isn't necessary, or it was just again, just mental drain, emotional drain. Like, how can you not do this for our kids? Just seeing that they were willing to go through those conditions. My challenge was doing 12, 14-hour days. Their challenge was getting up early, in the wind, in the rain, and not just a sprinkle. It was like real rain. So, and not going with pay. I just no wage for another day.
What was it like to have Mayor Bass involved in the process? Can you tell me what she did and how she helped you guys reach a deal?
just seeing her involvement was a sign that we had gotten another ally, and with another ally, you're a little stronger. In this case, it made us a lot stronger, a lot more visible, and our message was able to reach more people. It was a big help to me, as well as the bargaining team, as well as all our coworkers that were out there on the picket lines, on the strike lines. So I spoke about that forklift that we got, right? I think it was because of this, but our working conditions have increased, have gotten better. We now have another forklift that doesn't run on diesel; it runs on propane, so that's a lot better as far as my facility goes. Some of the people that help in the classrooms, like the TAs, were able to get more. An additional hour in order to help them better serve the kids. We're getting a lot more things done. We're seeing what's possible, and now it's just easier to do things now because we have that big win behind us. And that just opens up the future to what's possible. So if future members, just know that although you may see things at your work site change sometimes for the worse, if you go through the right channels with our union, and you will win, but because of the way the district works, it just takes a little longer. But the fight is worth fighting, and you can win.